Alright y'all, this is DJ Big Brother. I'm here today with Jonah Reynolds. We at 41st and Lancaster. Jonah, why don't you tell the people out here a little bit about yourself and what y'all doing right here on the land?
Well, we're building community gardens here with recycled materials and rammed earth. And the idea is it's local materials and very easy to build, easy to teach, hand tools, no fossil fuels, no machines or anything. And it's a way to kind of revitalize the community, provide a whole bunch of food, and teach green jobs.
Well, great. I was I must have been misinformed or misunderstood. I thought it was an Earthship coming here today, so I'm telling people the wrong information.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. It's going to be an Earthship, but for right now, until we kind of get some permits in order and all that kind of thing, we're planning on doing a community gardens, and we can only go so high. Mm-hmm. And then it'll grow into a full-on Earthship visitor center.
All right, this DJ Big Brother back at y'all. We out here at 41st and Lancaster with Love and Loving Incorporated. Rashida, tell me what y'all doing out here today. What's going on in this land?
Oh, thank you so much for coming out. Well, as you can see, we have a bunch of students out here. They're building an environmentally friendly earthed rammed wall in preparation for a full-blown Earthship. The first one of its kind on the East Coast in an urban atmosphere. We have people from all over the city, actually all over the country. We have people here from New Jersey, we have people here from New Mexico and Washington, just to help us build this building. It has historical ramifications in that there's never been one built in a major city before. So right now these students are learning the 6 design principles of the house, and right now they're working on the cooling tubes and the thermal wrap around the walls. We're located right now at 41st and Lancaster on land that we were donated a year ago. And God willing, in the next few months, this building will be finished and we'll be able to show the city what an Earthship looks like from the inside.
Hey, tell me more. What do Earthships actually entail? I mean, what can they save you on your electricity or your gas? Give me a little more on an Earthship.
Okay. Well, an Earthship is a thermal passive solar home that heats and cools itself. It provides its own electricity, it maintains its own sewage, it catches and uses its own water 4 times, and it grows food. And this particular building will be able to do all those things with utility bills running at less than $100 a year. And a family of 4 will be able to eat comfortably in this house, fruits and vegetables and fish, and would not have to make a trip to the supermarket, if that was their wish. The house is designed to take care of the people living inside of it, and it's our great desire to bring a home like this into neighborhoods that have a greatest need for supermarkets, fresh food, and access to urban sustainability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey, you must be forsaken, but you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it.
Because, these things look different. They look weird, especially when we're just talking to people about it, In India, 1,000 miles east of mainland India after the tsunami, we were, 12 of us, hippie-looking mountain people, whatever, putting trash in tires, and the locals were just looking at us like we were insane. They were about to just kick us out. But so, they look different, and we're talking about building with tires and cans, but they're extremely strong, stronger than frame, stronger than concrete. They're healthier, they're safer, they're easier to build. They'll last through hurricanes, fires, tornadoes, earthquakes, on and on. So we'll get started here in just a minute, but a few things I want to say first is all these projects we do, so for the last 20 years, I'd say, every single project we'll bring in students. We'll bring in, so we can teach this. So we'll have, 12 of us who have been through Earthships all over the place, and 30, 40, 50, up to 70 people, depending on the size of the building, who join us everywhere. Easter Island, Malawi, Africa, India, everywhere. And so for this project, same thing. So I just want everyone to stand up who's working on this Philly project. Come on, stand up. I'm going to embarrass you. These people are awesome. Let's give them a big round of applause. They're working their butts off, sweating. This is hard work. Tire pounding is like a marathon. It's not like a sprint. You get into it, you get into your groove, but it's it's good work. It's really good work. The other thing too is I'm grateful to be born into it, and I would like to think that I would have gotten into it anyway. But I was 2, 3 years old, rolling around tires on the job site, and they were weird, funky buildings back then. And also, just to kind of set this up, is I was born August 15th, 1973. I'm a Leo. I do have an ego. This is an amazing thing. This is incredible. I mean, think about the things that people wait on lines for around the block. Star Wars, right? iPhones. This is by far gold. This is by far more incredible. How many people went across this country for gold? So this is awesome. If you can believe that that's non-biased. So first, we had caves, right? Teepees, evolution, log cabins, very leaky fireplaces, on the inside. The square box home. You just plug systems into it, right? The systems go bad, it's basically worthless, right? People are going to freeze inside. You can drive your truck straight through it. And so we need, something else. So people took this kind of a thing across the country, right? Long time ago. This is kind of the thing that people used. Well, you can do that on the land, right? It worked. They went all over the place. Expanded the country west, but got to the ocean, and you need something else, something totally, totally different. You got to think totally different. Water, you can't just drive it onto the water, you'll sink. So we, built a vessel, something else, totally different concept, right? So we need a vessel that will sail on the seas of tomorrow. And we combine architecture with biology and physics. Students ask me all the time, I'm about to start college, what should I major in, what should I study? Architecture? I'm like, no way. Architecture, it's, first I got to say with all due respect to architects, but for Earthships, it's biology, it's physics. You have to understand the world around you, how things work. You have to understand the wind and the sun and thermal mass. And the earth sciences. So we combine those things to create something called biotecture. And through biotecture, we have a vessel that will sail on the seas of tomorrow. It's an Earthship. Again, it's a people look at me and they kind of cock their head to the side. They're like, what? What is an Earthship? It's an eco-home, it's a green building, it's a sustainable building. All those kind of green terms and all that. But it's a building that will take care of you. This is the global model Earthship. We can build this anywhere in the world. Northern Alaska, Mexicali, and we'll keep 3 feet off the ground, 70 degrees, then that's code required, anywhere in the world. And so we got here about 10, 11, 12 years ago or so with just kind of, you know, we're a business, we have competition, kind of. Again, I'm a Leo, but there's nothing else, and I wish there was, that even comes close. There's no other organization that does this. So, you know, we're looking at American Homes. They build hundreds of thousands of just 2x6 frame buildings a year. And so we were just looking at some kind of a model that we can just, you know, design down to how many screws, how many nails, and just know that we can put this anywhere. Obviously, you might tweak some things for a view or whatever. And so the systems, they heat and cool themselves they heat themselves with the sun. They bring the heat in. You can see there. They cool themselves with basically ventilation, cooling tubes. We'll go over each one of these systems later. But no fossil fuels, no electricity, no machines, no bills. And you're comfortable, about 70 degrees year-round. Electricity, this is kind of the most normal part of Earthships. Solar power, wind power, biodiesel. We can intertie with the grid so you can sell energy back to the grid. Contained sewage treatment. So all the water that goes down, all your sinks, showers, tubs, even the toilet, it's all treated on site, contained. We line the planters with an EPDM. It's like a wetsuit material, so that nothing leaches out into the aquifers, nothing goes out into the ground or anything like that. It's basically kind of like the Florida Everglades inside this planter. And plants love all the food chunks, hair, soap, all the stuff that goes down, and you can grow a huge amount of vegetables and fruit and everything from that. Taos, New Mexico is 8,500 feet up in altitude, freezing cold, 10 below during the winter. We'll be harvesting bananas and papayas in February. Natural and recycled materials, you know, just like she was saying, just like Lorraine was saying. When you see materials, even if they're on a vehicle already, it's just, oh wow, that's amazing. You start to look at everything, you know. Humans are the only species that has something called trash. Nothing else has that. And we call ourselves the most advanced species here.